The text came through at 2:47 a.m. Maya, I have a confession. I stayed up all night stalking your social media. I stared at my phone screen, heart pounding. We'd matched on Aurora 3 weeks ago, exchanged maybe 40 messages. One coffee date that lasted 4 hours, and now this. My thumbs hovered over the keyboard. I could play it cool. I could laugh it off. Instead, I typed the truth. Me. I know. I stalked yours too. 3 dots appeared. Disappeared. Appeared again. Maya. What? Me? That photo of you at Pike Place Market from 2019? The one with the sunflowers? I spent 20 minutes zooming in to see what book you were carrying. Maya. The remains of the day. Me. I know. Silence. Then. Maya. This is either really creepy or really romantic. Me. Maybe both. Maya. When can I see you again? That's how it started. A confession at 3 a.m. Two strangers admitting they'd been watching each other in the dark. I should have known then that this wouldn't end well. My name is Alex Chen, and I'm 28 years old. On paper, my life looks great. Senior marketing director at Vanguard Digital, Seattle's fastest growing tech consultancy, corner desk on the 14th floor, salary that makes my parents proud, the kind of job that sounds impressive at parties. In reality, I work 70-hour weeks. I eat takeout at my desk. My last relationship ended because I missed her birthday again for a client presentation. You need to get laid, my roommate Josh told me one Friday night, watching me answer emails at 11 p.m. When's the last time you went on a date? March, I admitted. It's September. I've been busy. Josh grabbed my phone. You're downloading Aurora? Right now. I don't have time for. That's why it's perfect. You swipe during your commute, you message during lunch. Low commitment, high return. He wasn't wrong. I downloaded the app, set up a profile, swiped through dozens of faces while riding the bus, home lawyers, nurses, teachers, artists. Everyone looked the same after a while. Perfect teeth, perfect lighting, perfect lies about loving hiking and being fluent in sarcasm. Then I saw her. Maya Patel, 46, CEO. Her profile photo wasn't a selfie. It was a professional shot sharp blazer, arms crossed, slight smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. The kind of woman who walks into boardrooms and makes grown men nervous. Her bio was one sentence. I built a company. Ask me how I almost lost it. I swiped right before I could overthink it. We matched instantly. Maya, you're young. Me. You're direct. Maya, it's a defense mechanism. You sure you want to do this? Me. Do what? Maya. Match with someone 18 years older than you. I should have said no. I should have unmatched. I should have listened to the voice in my head screaming, "What are you doing?" Instead, I said, me. Buy me coffee and find out. We met at Slate Coffee on Capitol Hill on a Tuesday morning before work. I got there 10 minutes early, ordered a black coffee I didn't want, sat by the window, bouncing my knee under the table like a teenager. Then the door opened. She was different in person. Taller, more intense. She wore a charcoal suit that probably cost more than my monthly rent, and her hair dark, streaked with silver, was pulled into a low knot at the nape of her neck. But it was her presence that hit me first. The way every head in the coffee shop turned. The way the barista straightened up. The way the air seemed to shift when she walked in. She spotted me immediately, crossed the room in 5 strides, extended her hand. Alex. Maya. Her grip was firm. Professional, but when our palms touched, something electric shot up my arm, something I hadn't felt in years. Maybe ever. We sat. For 30 seconds, neither of us spoke. She studied me the way you'd study a contract before signing. I tried not to fidget. So, she said finally, you stalked my Instagram. You stalked mine first. A ghost of a smile. Fair. She ordered an Americano. Black, no sugar. Sipped it while watching me over the rim of her cup. Let me be honest, she said. I don't date much. I don't have time. And when I do go on dates, they usually end in one of 2 ways. The man gets intimidated by my job, or he fetishizes my age. Which one am I? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I leaned back. I'm not intimidated, and I don't have a fetish. I swiped right because your profile made me curious. Curious. You said you almost lost your company. What happened? Her eyes narrowed, not hostile, but evaluating, like she was deciding whether I could handle the truth. I started a creative studio 12 years ago, she said. Branding, design, strategy. We grew fast. Too fast. I took on a partner who turned out to be a fraud. He embezzled half our accounts. By the time I caught him, we were 2 weeks from bankruptcy. Jesus. I fired him, rebuilt. Took me 4 years to get back in the black. She paused. That's the short version. The long version involves panic attacks, a divorce, and a son who barely speaks to me. I didn't know what to say, so I said the only thing that felt true. That must have been hell. Her expression softened just slightly. It was. We talked for an hour. Then 2. She told me about the early days of her company, about learning to code in her 20s, about the sexist VCs who laughed her out of pitch meetings. I told her about my own burnout, about the clients who treated me like a vending machine, about the creeping fear that I'd peaked at 28. You haven't peaked, she said, voice firm. You're just tired. How do you know? Because I was you. 10 years ago, I was working myself into the ground trying to prove I deserved to be in the room. Then I realized, I don't need to prove anything. I own the room. I wanted to kiss her right then. God help me. I wanted to lean across that table and I have a meeting, she said abruptly, glancing at her watch. I need to go. Right. Of course. She stood, buttoned her blazer. Then unexpectedly she reached out and brushed her fingers across the back of my hand. Text me, she said, and she was gone. I texted her that night. Me. I had a good time today. Maya. So did I. Me. When can I see you again? Maya. I'm in San Francisco Thursday through Sunday. Monday? Me. Monday works. We met at a wine bar in Fremont. She wore jeans this time designer, perfectly tailored, and a silk blouse the color of deep red wine. Her hair was down. I'd never seen it down before. You clean up nice, I said. So do you. We ordered a bottle of Malbec. She swirled her glass, sniffed, tasted. I watched her mouth. The way her lips pressed together after each sip, the way the corner of her mouth quirked when I said something funny. Tell me something you've never told anyone, she said. That's a hell of an opener. I'm impatient. I thought about it. I'm scared I'm going to wake up at 40 and realize I wasted my entire life optimizing ad campaigns for startups that don't matter. She didn't laugh, didn't dismiss it, just nodded slowly. I had that fear, she said. That's why I started my company. I wanted to build something that mattered, something I could point to and say, I made that. Did it work? Sometimes. She leaned closer. Her perfume, sandalwood, something warm and woody wrapped around me. Other times I wonder if I just traded one cage for another. What do you mean? I built a company. Now I'm trapped maintaining it. I can't take vacations. I can't be sick. I can't afford to fail. Because 40 people depend on me for their paychecks. That sounds lonely. It is. Our knees touched under the table. Neither of us moved. Why did you swipe right on me? I asked. She smiled, really smiled, this time. Because you looked like trouble. I'm not trouble. Liar. By the end of the night, we'd finished the bottle. I walked her to her car, a sleek black Tesla parked 2 blocks away. Rain misted down, slicking the pavement, turning the streetlights into halos. I had a good time, she said. So did I. She hesitated. Then stepped closer. Close enough that I could feel the warmth radiating off her skin. I like you, she said quietly. And that terrifies me. Why? Because you're 28. I'm 46. You have your whole life ahead of you. I kissed her. It wasn't planned. It wasn't smooth. I just did it. She froze for half a second, then kissed me back, fierce and urgent, her hands fisting in my jacket, pulling me closer. She tasted like wine and something sharper, something electric. When we finally broke apart, she was breathing hard. That was a mistake, she whispered. Probably. We should stop. Probably. She kissed me again. Close call Hashone. The elevator. Week 3. Monday morning. I arrived at Vanguard's office building at 7:45 a.m., riding the elevator up to 14 with my coffee and laptop bag. The doors opened on the lobby, and she stepped in. Maya. My brain short-circuited. What? Her eyes went wide. Then she saw the other people in the elevator, a gray-haired man in a suit, two junior associates from legal, and her expression smoothed into perfect neutrality. "Good morning," she said coolly. "Morning," I managed. She stood in front of me, close enough that I could smell her perfume, sandalwood, and cedar, the same scent I'd been dreaming about for 2 weeks. Close enough that if I shifted my weight forward, we'd be touching. I stared at the back of her head, at the tiny silver hairs woven through the black, at the curve of her neck where her collar didn't quite cover. The elevator climbed. Floors ticked past. My heart pounded so loud I was sure everyone could hear it. On the 10th floor, the gray-haired man got off. On the 12th, the associates. Just us. The doors closed. Maya turned. What are you doing here?" I hissed. "I have a meeting with Richard Voss, your CEO." "About what?" Her jaw tightened. "That's confidential." The elevator dinged. 14th floor. My floor. The doors opened. We stared at each other. "We'll talk tonight," she said quietly. I nodded. Stepped out. The doors closed behind me. I stood there for a full minute, heart hammering, trying to process what the hell just happened. The intimacy scene. Scars. That night, she came to my apartment. I'd texted her my address. She showed up at 9 p.m., still in her work clothes, hair pulled back, face drawn. "I'm sorry," she said, the moment I opened the door. "I should have told you." "Told me what?" "About the meeting. About Vanguard." I let her in, poured us both whiskey. We sat on my couch, old, secondhand, covered in dog hair from Josh's golden retriever. "Talk," I said. She took a long drink. "Richard Voss and I go way back. He was one of my early investors. He also offered me a job 6 years ago. EVP of strategy at Vanguard. I turned him down. Why? Because I wanted to build my own thing. But now?" She rubbed her face. "Now, my company's struggling again. Clients are leaving. Revenue's down 30%. And Richard wants to bring me on as a partner. Equity, leadership, security. That's good, right?" She laughed bitterly. "It's a cage. If I take it, I'll have to shut down my studio, fire my team, become an employee again. And if anyone finds out we're seeing each other." She looked at me. "If Richard finds out, he'll kill the offer. I'll lose everything." I set down my glass. "So, what do we do?" "I don't know." We sat in silence. Then, quietly, she said, "Can I show you something?" She unbuttoned the top of her blouse, not seductively, just carefully, pulled the fabric aside to reveal a long, pale scar running from her collarbone to her shoulder. "Car accident," she said. "When I was 32, drunk driver T-boned me at an intersection. I was in the ICU for 2 weeks. I stared at the scar. It was faded now, silvery white against her brown skin, but I could see how deep it had been. "Why are you showing me this?" I asked. "Because I want you to understand. I'm not perfect. I'm not some untouchable CEO. I'm just a person with scars." Slowly, I reached out, traced the line of the scar with my fingertips. She shivered. "I have scars too," I said. "Show me." I pulled up my sleeve, pointed to a jagged mark on my forearm. "Skateboarding accident when I was 15. Broke my arm in 2 places." She smiled, touched it gently. "We're a mess, aren't we?" "Yeah. I don't know how this ends, Alex." "Me neither." She leaned her head on my shoulder. We sat like that for a long time, just breathing, just being, until the city noise outside faded and the only sound was the rhythm of our hearts. Close call #2. The grocery store. Week 5. Saturday afternoon. I was at the QFC in Capitol Hill, grabbing milk and cereal, when I saw her, Maya, standing in the produce section, examining avocados like she was conducting a scientific experiment. I froze. We hadn't seen each other in 4 days. She'd been traveling for work, and I'd been drowning in a product launch. Seeing her now, here, in jeans and a worn sweater, it felt surreal. I walked over. "Hey," She jumped, dropped the avocado. Jesus, she breathed. You scared me. Sorry. She glanced around nervously. What are you doing here? Buying groceries? You? Same. We stood there, awkwardly. A mom with 2 kids pushed past us. An old man squinted at the bananas. We shouldn't be seen together, Maya said quietly. It's a grocery store. We're not doing anything wrong. Alex Maya Patel? We both turned. A young woman, mid-20s, blonde, bright-eyed, was staring at Maya with a huge smile. Oh my God, it is you, the woman said. I'm Jenna. I interned at your studio 2 summers ago. Maya's expression shifted into polite professionalism. Jenna, of course. How are you? Great. I'm at a startup now. We're doing really well. Jenna's eyes flicked to me. Is this your colleague? Maya said smoothly. Alex works at Vanguard Digital. We were just discussing a potential collaboration. Oh, cool, Jenna beamed. Well, it was great seeing you. She bounced off. Maya exhaled slowly. That was close. Too close. We finished our shopping in silence, checked out separately, met in the parking lot. This is getting dangerous, Maya said. I know. If Richard finds out, he won't. You don't know that. I wanted to argue. I wanted to say we could make this work, but the fear in her eyes stopped me. What do you want to do? I asked. She was quiet for a long time. Then, I don't want to lose you. Then don't. She kissed me. Hard. Desperate. Like she was trying to memorize the taste of me before everything fell apart. The rainy argument. It was raining the night everything almost broke. Classic Seattle rain, not a downpour, just a relentless drizzle that soaked through your jacket and made the world feel gray and cold. I was at Maya's place. A condo in Queen Anne with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Expensive. Minimalist. The kind of place where everything had its place. We just had dinner, Thai takeout, eaten mostly in silence. Something was wrong. I could feel it in the air between us. Heavy and suffocating. We need to talk, Maya said. The 4 worst words in the English language. About what? She poured herself a glass of wine, stared out the window at the rain streaking down the glass. Richard made the offer official, she said. Partner. Equity stake. 7-figure salary. That's great. It is. So why do you look miserable? She turned. Because if I take it, we're done. The words hit like a punch to the gut. What? Vanguard's ethics policy. No relationships between executives. If we keep seeing each other and Richard finds out, I lose the offer. Maybe worse. So, don't take the offer. She laughed sharp, bitter. My company is dying, Alex. I've lost 3 major clients this quarter. My team is looking for other jobs. If I don't take this offer, I'll be bankrupt in 6 months. Then we'll figure something out. How? Her voice rose. You think we can just hide? Sneak around forever? One of us will slip. Someone will see us. And then what? Then we deal with it. You don't understand. She slammed her glass down. You're 28. If this blows up, you'll find another job. You'll move on. But I'm 46. I've spent 20 years building my reputation. If people find out I'm sleeping with someone half my age, someone who works at the company I'm partnering with, I'll be done. Finished. Half your age? I'm 28. Not 14. 18 years, Alex? 18 years. My son is 19. Do you understand how this looks? I don't care how it looks. Well, I do. Silence. Thunder rumbled in the distance. Rain hammered against the windows. So, that's it, I said quietly. You're choosing the job. Her face crumpled. I'm choosing survival. It's the same thing. She looked at me, really looked at me, and I saw the exhaustion in her eyes. The weight of all the years she'd spent fighting, building, surviving. I'm tired, Alex, she whispered. I'm so goddamn tired. I crossed the room, pulled her into my arms. She collapsed against me, and I felt her shoulders shake. I don't want to lose you, she said into my chest. Then don't. It's not that simple. It is. We just have to be careful. She pulled back, looked up at me, and if we get caught, We won't. You can't promise that. No. But I can promise I'll be here. No matter what. She kissed me, slow and sad and sweet. Outside, the rain kept falling. It happened 3 days later. I was in a meeting with Richard Voss and the senior leadership team strategy session for a new client pitch. Boring. Routine. Then, Richard's assistant opened the conference room door. Sorry to interrupt, she said. But Miss Patel is here. My stomach dropped. Send her in, Richard said, grinning. The door opened. Maya walked in. She was in full CEO mode. Tailored suit, hair pulled back, expression unreadable. She didn't look at me, didn't even glance in my direction. Everyone, Richard said. I'd like to introduce Maya Patel. As of today, she's officially joining Vanguard as Executive Vice President and Partner. Applause. Handshakes. Congratulations. I sat frozen. Richard continued. Maya and I go way back. She's a legend in the branding world. And now she's part of our family. Maya smiled. Professional. Perfect. Thank you, Richard. I'm excited to be here. Her eyes finally met mine across the table. For 1 second, just one, I saw the panic. Then it was gone. Maya will be overseeing our creative strategy division, Richard said, which means she'll be working closely with Alex's team. Great, I said. My voice sounded robotic. Alex, Maya said coolly, looking forward to collaborating? Same. The meeting continued. I didn't hear a word of it. Afterward, I caught her in the hallway. We need to talk. Not here. When? She glanced around. Tonight. My place. I showed up at 9 p.m. She answered the door in jeans and an oversized sweater. Face scrubbed clean of makeup, hair loose. Because I knew you'd try to talk me out of it. Damn right I would've. We stood in her living room, 2 feet apart, the space between us crackling with tension. Richard signed the contracts yesterday, she said. I officially start Monday, which means we're done. Alex, that's what you're going to say, right? We can't see each other anymore. It's too risky. Don't make this sound easy. It's not easy. It's the opposite of easy. But you made your choice. I made the only choice I could make. Bullshit. You chose money over me. I chose survival. She stepped closer, voice shaking. Do you know what it's like to build something from nothing? To pour everything you have into a dream, only to watch it crumble? I spent 4 years rebuilding after my partner destroyed me. 4 years of 60-hour weeks and panic attacks and wondering if I'd lose my house. And just when I thought I was safe, it started falling apart again. So, you ran. I didn't run. I made a strategic decision. To work at the company where your secret boyfriend is an employee? Real strategic. She flinched. I softened. I'm sorry. That was. No, you're right. She sank onto the couch, head in her hands. I didn't think it through. I panicked. Richard made the offer, and I said yes before I could think about what it meant for us. I sat beside her. So what now? She looked at me. Her eyes were red. I don't know, she said. If anyone finds out, if Richard finds out, I'll lose the partnership. And you'll be accused of favoritism, or worse. We'd both be done. Then we keep it secret. For how long? A month? A year? Forever? As long as it takes. That's not sustainable, Alex. Someone will notice. Someone always notices. So, what are you saying? She took a deep breath. I'm saying, maybe we need to take a break. Just until things settle. A break. Just for a few months. A break is just a breakup, in slow motion. Alex? No. I stood. If you want to end this, end it. Don't string me along with maybe later bullshit. Tears spilled down her cheeks. I don't want to end it. But you're going to anyway. I don't have a choice. You do. You just won't make it. We stared at each other. The rain outside had stopped. The city lights glittered through the windows. I love you, she whispered. It was the first time either of us had said it. I felt something break inside me. I love you too, I said. But I guess that's not enough. I left. 1 month later, the Seattle Times article dropped on a Thursday. Vanguard Digital's new partner, Maya Patel's controversial rise. It wasn't a hit piece, but it wasn't exactly flattering either. The journalist had dug into Maya's history, her near bankruptcy, her rocky partnership, her sudden jump to Vanguard. And buried in the sixth paragraph, sources close to the company suggest Patel's hiring may have been influenced by a personal relationship with a senior employee. Vanguard has declined to comment on its internal ethics policies. I saw it at 7 a.m. My phone started buzzing 10 minutes later. Richard Voss called me into his office at 9. Sit, he said. I sat. Is it true? Is what true? Don't play dumb, Alex. You and Maya. Are you involved? I thought about lying. Thought about spinning some story. But I was tired. So tired. We were, I said, for a few weeks. Before she joined Vanguard. Before? We broke it off when she took the job. Richard leaned back in his chair. Studied me. Do you understand how this looks? Yes. Do you understand what this could do to this company? Yes. Then why the hell did you do it? I didn't have a good answer. So, I told the truth. Because I fell in love with her. Richard rubbed his face. Jesus Christ, Alex. I'll resign, I said. Effective immediately. Don't be dramatic. I'm not. This is my fault. I'll take the fall. He waved a hand. Maya already offered to resign this morning. I told her no. What? She's too valuable. And frankly, this whole thing is overblown. You two had a fling. It ended. Nobody broke any rules. He fixed me with a hard look. But if this happens again, if there's even a hint of impropriety, you're both gone. Understood? Understood. Good. Now, get out. 6 months later. I saw her at a conference in Portland. She was giving a keynote on brand strategy. I was in the audience, sitting near the back, trying not to stare. She looked good, confident, the kind of woman who commanded attention without trying. When it was over, I lingered in the hallway, told myself I was just stretching my legs, told myself I wasn't hoping to run into her. Then she walked out. Our eyes met. Hi, I said. Hi. We stood there awkwardly. Conference attendees streamed past us. You looked good up there, I said. Thanks. You look good too. Liar. I look exhausted. She smiled. Okay, you look exhausted. How are you? Busy. Vanguard's growing fast. I've been traveling a lot. That's good. Yeah. Silence. I'm sorry, she said quietly, for how things ended. Me too. I think about you. Sometimes. Sometimes? A real smile this time. Okay, a lot. Me too. We looked at each other. The space between us felt like miles. Take care of yourself, Alex, she said. You too. She walked away. I watched her go. So, that's the story. The woman who stalked my social media? The woman I stalked back? The woman I loved and lost in the span of 3 months. People ask me if I regret it. If I'd do things differently. Honestly, I don't know. I don't regret meeting her. I don't regret falling for her. But I do wonder, what if I'd been older? What if she'd been younger? What if we'd met at a different time, in a different place? Would it have worked then? Or were we always doomed from the start? Here's what I learned. Love doesn't care about logic. It doesn't care about age gaps or company policies or what's appropriate. It just happens. And when it does, you have 2 choices. You can run from it, or you can chase it. Consequences be damned. I chased it, and yeah, I got burned. But I'd do it again. Because for 3 months, I felt alive in a way I'd never felt before. I felt seen. I felt like I mattered to someone who didn't need me for anything except being me. That's rare. That's worth something. So if you're out there, reading this, stalking someone's Instagram at 2 a.m., wondering if you should take the risk, do it. Send the text, take the chance, be honest. Maybe it'll end in heartbreak, maybe you'll lose everything. But maybe, just maybe, you'll find something worth losing it all for. 3 questions for you. 1. Have you ever fallen for someone you knew you shouldn't? 2. What would you sacrifice for love? Sen, if you could go back, would you choose safety over risk? Think about it, and next time someone confesses they've been stalking your social media, tell them the truth. You might be surprised where it leads.